Welcome to Monograph Matters. I'm talking today with Bill Fabricius, lead author of the SRCD Monograph on perceptual access reasoning in developing a representational theory of mind. This discussion contrasts false belief reasoning with perceptual access reasoning. The basis of your perceptual access reasoning theory that you talk about in your monograph is that the false belief test does not necessarily assess a representational understanding of the mind. Can you tell us more about your theory?
Well, the false belief tasks all present the child with two options: the correct false belief answer and the incorrect reality answer. In any two-choice task, you can get the right answer in two ways. You could know that the correct answer is correct, or you could know that the incorrect answer is incorrect and then pick or choose the other option as your answer by default without understanding why that one is correct. So that's a little bit abstract. Let me make it clearer. So to return to our example of Maxie, who puts his chocolate in cupboard A and leaves, and then his dad comes in and moves it to cupboard B, the perceptual access theory says that a 4 or 5-year-old who's given this task will reason in the following way. When Maxie returns to get his chocolate, the 4 or 5-year-old can simply reason that now, in this situation, Maxie cannot see into cupboard B. He can't see where his chocolate is. And if he can't see where it is in B, then he doesn't know that it's in B. Then the 4 or 5-year-old can simply reason that people who don't know will give the wrong answer. And in this case, then, this perceptual access reasoning that I've just described would lead the 4 and 5-year-olds to predict that Maxie will get it wrong. He'll look in the empty location. And in the false belief task, there are only two options. So by default, the child can produce the right answer and look like he or she understands false belief, but can logically be using only perceptual access reasoning.
Thanks, that's really interesting. Why is perceptual access reasoning so different than false belief understanding?
It gets to the issue of children's understanding of mental representations. In perceptual access reasoning, the theory is that children do not understand mental representations. So they do not understand that when Maxie returns to the kitchen, he will return with a mental representation of what happened before. You can call that a memory. They don't understand that Maxie would return with a memory of where he put it. Right? Another way of saying it is that they don't understand that Maxie will return with a belief that is now outdated and false because the situation has changed. So the theory of perceptual access reasoning is essentially a theory that children are not reasoning and understanding mental representations during the period of time when most of them pass the standard false belief tasks. So they are using a reasoning process that does attribute seeing to other people, and it does attribute a type of knowing, but it's a very immature concept of knowing. It's tied to the present situation that the person is in. So children who use perceptual access reasoning, or I'll refer to it as PAR for short from now on, can reason that someone who sees an object put into a container, and if the person stays in the situation and nothing really changes, a perceptual access reasoner would understand that the person saw it go into the box, and now that person knows. So the child, the PAR user would predict that, as long as the situation doesn't change, this person will look in the right box for it. But simply making the story character leave the situation and just come back pretty immediately disrupts perceptual access reasoning in the sense that now the 4 or 5-year-old starts all over again and reasons about the current situation and what the person can now see or not see in the current situation. So it's a very, the theory is very clear that children, if PAR is a real developmental phenomenon, a real stage of reasoning about the mind, the children should not understand mental representations in any of the ways that they've been tested in the various classic false belief tasks. So what we need is a set of tests that disambiguate perceptual access reasoning from belief reasoning, so that we really can look at the development of children's understanding of mental representation.
Read more about this topic in the monograph issue, Perceptual Access Reasoning in Developing a Representational Theory of Mind, by Fabricius, Gonzales, Pesch, Weimer, Puglisi, Carroll, Bulnick, Kupfer, Eisenberg, and Spinrad. If you liked this video, consider watching our Monograph Matters playlist. For additional resources related to this and other issues of the monographs of the Society for Research in Child Development, please visit monographmatters.srcd.org.